Getting everything shared and then we'll get going. All right, I have my video off so you guys can't see it. You don't need the logins for all my personal social medias and stuff. Ooh. Alright, now just gotta switch over to one more and then we're good to go. That, share now. That's good. That's live. I gotta plug this in, plug you in, and then we're good to go. Oh, man. All right. Pop that up right there. Let's see. Got this, got that. I think we're good to go. All right. I don't know why I'm really flummy all of a sudden. Oh, I bet. This should clear it up in a second. Because it's smooth as could be on my phone. See, I'm watching it. See, I'm trying. Although I'm guessing the one viewer is right there. Okay.
This is how we're going to grab this. Flip that around. Hey, I'm back.
That looks so much better. So I'm just making sure this is going to work. Hey, it did. All right. All right, so I am not going to be listening to myself on a delay because it messes with my poor skull. So let me get my book going. All right. I'm going to throw my other earbud in because this thing gets loud at times and I ain't in the mood to listen to it. And now it's time to be Lathey. I thought it was funny. Here we go. Nice and round. Oh, I forgot I had one of these needs sharpened. Oh well. All right. Half speed. Well, heck, while nobody's here, I'm going to be finished chowing down on my dinner. Oh. Oh. Huh. Well, when I said that, my counter said 0. That's weird. Yeah, okay, that thing, I don't know. Half the time the live counter don't work. How's everybody doing? Since I'm an idiot, apparently. Yeah, I'm not afraid of Big Brother though. That don't feel good. I got a nick right there. I hate it when they do that. My pump will go. This is one of the tricks I use for stuff like this. This way I know where it's at, so I can actually have a chance of fixing this without actually having to do too much extra sanding. I also don't like using one of these gouges for long runs like that, but I can get it a lot smoother and feather it in better with this. That's why I don't like it. It doesn't always work. It also helps if you're not in reverse. Let's try that again. I sell quite a few of them. I'm down to, I think, 8. Heck, I even use them at home. Granted, I make them, so I'm a little biased. Plus, I figured as I got people joining in, I could always switch over to tops, because it's not that hard. Ditch this, open that up, insert a bigger block, and we're set up for tops. Plus, I only have 5 more. Thought I had thought I had a few more than that. Yeah, well. Ugh. I do. I'm actually working on a series right now where I do setups and stuff like that for like stuff I take, how I do setups, how I load my vehicle, how to find shows, stuff like that. So if you're in any of the Ohio vendor groups, I'm fairly active in a lot of the bigger ones. I usually just don't put stuff about my actual side hustle in there, because I'm there generally to try to help newer people and get advice from the few times I can't figure something out or get upset and want to see if I'm just being a jerk after the fact or not. Like one show I drove an hour and a half to. Yeah. Yeah, that would definitely make sense, but I forget the name of the one group. It's basically for anybody in the US. Get questions from all over in there. I will say it's definitely a fun time if you get into it and have stuff to sell, especially if you can get in with the right people. I have a lot of fun at them. Even if I don't sell stuff, I just like meeting the other vendors and hanging out. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, yeah, then you have people like me. I've got 3 10x10 tents, enough tables to fill all 3 10x10 tents. Heck, I'm working on 23, I think it is, cutting boards right now that are finished length will be about 23.5 to 23 inches long each. They're all about 12 to 13 inches wide. I forget how many mini boards I've got ready. Here's a metric ton of those. Metric ton of pens. I'd like it to be a serious business, but right now I'm basically making enough to cover wood costs and supplies. It might put a little money in my pocket here or there for the bigger events, but nowhere near enough to pay for a living. And all I'm doing here is water popping the wood. It's where I get it sanded, hit it with some water, makes the fibers stand up. This is a heat gun just to help it dry a little bit quicker because I'm impatient. I was sanding these to 3,000, but I'm going to try taking it to 1,000 because, yeah, it's not as much as I just wanted to stay smooth to the touch. And water popping, it is an absolute game changer if you want to have something wood stay soft or stay as smooth to the touch as it was before you the word I'm looking for. Oh yeah, I'm extremely impatient. I like the way Adam Savage put it in one of my favorite TV shows, Mythbusters. These are techniques for impatient, sweaty people. It is so me. All right. Just because I like using my lathe nunchucks. This is just a little bit of friction burning here. Look at all that smoke. There we go. I like to do this right before the last sand, or the last two sands, because it smooths it out. And if the wire moves at all and creates a bigger line than I wanted, it makes, it helps get rid of all of the extra burn marks on there. I think I only have one other big one right now that's got that. I need to do a few more of those. And that works too. I just don't like taking something off, setting it down, grabbing the next thing, doing that, and then handling everything a second time, and then again. It bugs me. Too many years in manufacturing, probably. All right. You really shouldn't do that either. Why did that? That totally tried to hide their comment about that. That's funny. But yeah, no, I get that. I know people that'll full on soak a cutting board in water for a couple minutes, then pull it out to water pop it. Heck, next week all I'm going to be doing is for probably the last 4 days, Tuesday through Friday, I'm probably going to be sanding every night. Why is this flagging everything? Say this size I haven't sold for probably about a year or so. I'm probably going to have somewhere around 18 to 20 on them. It's going to come down to how much it costs me in material and what I've got my times down to. And then for my rough bit here, this is where my wood carving comes in handy. If you can hit it just right, you can actually get a blade. I can't talk, I promise. This is, if you can hit it just right, you can actually get a blade finish off that, which will give you, it'd be nice to see. Wow, I cannot talk and carve today. And this knife is dull. Here's the one I wanted. There we go, that's better. But yeah, so I smooth it up so it's not very rough. And if there is any rough spots or it's not totally perfect, here's your proof it's handmade. That's how I look at it. Throwing that in the bucket for mineral oil later. So all of those will go and get a mineral oil soaking a little bit. And when they're getting soaked, they'll also be in a vacuum chamber. Because I pull a vacuum, and as I put the air back in, it pushes all the oil deep into the wood. Then they sit for a couple days on paper towels with me swapping the paper towels out so they'll dry up. That's weird. I don't know why that said my mic disconnected. But yeah, this is what they look like after they get soaked in the oil. So I got 10 of them that are currently done and drying. I also cannot undersell the value of having serving trays in your shop. I absolutely love them. It's rare I don't have one in arm's reach, but I love it. What am I saying? These are two of the bigger ones I've got. I love these things. Those still need washed, but it is, but it's also one of those I would rather, for something like that, I just assume not make somebody have to oil soak them again. And realistically, it's just overnight. That's the power of a vacuum chamber. It'll really accelerate how fast that oil gets in the wood. It's also why I like it for degassing resin the rare time I work with that. I used to do that a lot more. I need to get back into resin. I miss that. Here. Down. The heck is a Tommy bar? It sounds familiar, but I am not remembering what that is. Oh, the whole point of doing lies is to get distracted. Saturday and Sunday this week are going to be, and honestly tomorrow after work are going to be my busiest days. Oh! I didn't know those were called Tommy bars. The guy I follow always called them whammy bars, and I knew it wasn't the right term, but it made me laugh, so I call them whammy bars. And honestly, they don't bug me a whole lot. The only time I really hate this chuck is when it starts throwing top blanks at me. Because when you're in the middle of turning or rough turning your top down and a block like this goes flying next to your head, yeah, that's when I get upset. And usually it also happens when it comes down and smashes my finger and then kicks up in my face. Never hit me yet. Never been hit. They scare me half to death. But by the way, I only go a little bit in there because if I make that too thin, this whole thing tries to throw out the lathe. That's terrible. If you make that too thin, the same thing can happen. My neighbors love me. actually looks kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it's gonna show you guys the detail that's putting in there. Half speed. How's everybody doing? I see a couple people joining. Really, I say hi and people leave? That's rude. Rude. You know what? Rude. I think I'm funny. I gotta see if I can find something. I'm only taking a second. If I can't find what I'm looking for, I'm not going to waste too much time. That's crazy. I could have swore I had it right in there. Well, here's my big version of it. I was hoping for the mini one. It's a little easier to control on smaller projects. All right, we're going full size. This thing looked wicked. All right. These can be a little tricky to use, so wait a second. Is this the one I'm looking for? Oh! Huh. I forgot I had a little mini sander. The one I'm looking for is, it does the same thing, it's just smaller. Alright, so for these guys, make sure your hand stays clear. This will slice you up if you're not careful. Wrong way, and no, it's actually working. I don't believe it. All right. Hey, like that. I almost got it perfectly back on. All right. Where'd my pencil go? That's all. I'm doing entirely too much these days. Reverse. Here. Now I'm going to try doing this the other way and see if we can make this work. Not on this. That ain't gonna work. I'm not as good with those as a lot of my other tools. No, what I'll do is sand this down. Actually, yeah, I like that idea. Never mind. We're gonna wire burn this one. We're just gonna put it right where that pencil line is. And run through a couple sandy grits. I already ran through some sandy grits, didn't I? Yes, I did. I'll bring you guys a little bit closer on this one so you can actually have a better chance of the camera catching what it is I did. It should be 600 if I remember right. That's 400. This is 6. So depending on where I get these round pads from, the sanding grit starts at either 60 or 80, then jumps to 120, 240, 400, 600, 800, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. I have some over behind my table or over in one of my shelves that goes up to 5,000. I use those on pens, specifically wood pens where I can't get my micro mesh up on there, because micro mesh goes up to 12,000. All right. That looks really pretty. I got enough you guys can see this. Vaguely. Vaguely. All right. Wire time. Anytime you do wire burning, you want your lathe at full speed too. It goes a lot faster that way. I have one I made one time too, where at the end of every one of these little fins or grooves or whatever you want to call them, that I actually put a burn mark in the middle of all of them. That thing looked cool. It didn't last long either. Somebody saw that and was like, is that going to affect the taste of the honey? I'm like, I wouldn't think so. It's slathered in oil. And they're like, good enough for me, and grabbed it. Within like 10 minutes of the show opening, it was great. Yeah. I'll be right back. I don't want to make you guys too dizzy or seasick pulling this off of the stand I use. There it is. Yeah. That's what that round tool does. There was a couple spots in there I couldn't quite get smooth, so I figured, if I can't smooth it out, I'll make it look cool. I also like doing it on the bottom of bowls sometimes, just to give it a different aesthetic for where I mount it to the lathe to hold it on to do all the turning, just to make it look or make that part look a little less. This is only here just so I can do this easier and more. Oh, this is actually pretty. Wish I had time to make some bowls before the show. And next weekend after this coming. Although I did see a picture of my cutting boards on the news this morning. That was kind of cool. Oh, this morning. I saw it when I got home from work. So like 2 hours ago. 3 hours ago. 3 hours ago. Oh, my brain is not braining today. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Got my audio back. I don't know why it keeps cutting out. But, so yeah, this stuff on here is wood butter. It's what I use to protect them. Sorry, that's talking in my ear and I can't. It's on like a 10-second delay, so... Anyway. So yeah, I use the wood butter to seal everything up. So every board you ever get from me is pre-sealed, but this is one of the big ones. I've got a couple little charcuterie boards right here that are, I'm not sure. Oh, that one's got, they got a couple gaps in the glue joint I gotta fill. That's why they're not ready. I'm gonna be doing a lot of this next week, filling gaps and getting stuff ready. It's also why in this past week I've been trying to make as much sawdust as I can, because I use that to make my own wood glue. Because then when I get gaps in the wood, I'll take that, smear it over, push it in the gap, and then sand all this off. And like this gap, I don't know if I actually have enough in there. Oh no, you can see the crack, but it's actually filled in with the same glue I use to glue everything up. So I try to do that when every chance I get, or sometimes if they sit out in the sun for a season, they'll sometimes develop cracks just from being in direct sunlight, and there other times it's something that wasn't quite perfectly square, or as the as the humidity changes, the wood moves a little bit and it'll cause cracks. So that's why I go through, I sand them up from usually 80 grit up to 320, 400 if I can find the sandpaper for my sander. Usually can't, and I'll actually spray it down with water and water pop between every sanding step. I got videos all on how I do that on the regular channel. And we're just gonna dry this up with the heat gun real quick. But yeah. Because any lathe work I do next week, it's all gonna be tops. Because I'm really wanting to try to get through the last 4 large honey dippers I've got here, and then knock out a bunch of other small ones over the weekend and through Monday, because they take about 3 to 4 days to get all the oil back out of them that's extra, which is much as I put in them, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. Especially because if they're still slimy, you won't see them on the table. All I know is after this show, in basically 2 weekends from now, I get to start working on some Christmas stuff. Because I haven't had a decent Christmas inventory in a while, and I miss making snowmen. And we're just going to slow this down. And this one should be the one that cuts it off. Anytime you're cutting anything off the lathe like that, make sure you hold it as far out as you can. Otherwise, it'll start whipping around and it'll actually do some weird stuff. Why am I seeing that on here? I apologize. I didn't see your comment. It's not showing up. The app I use called StreamYard. They have, I think it's 7 or 8 preloaded songs that are just you can set them so they play on a loop. And I believe I've picked Into Space on this one. It's just kind of one I like. Why am I not seeing your comments on my YouTube? Let me restart the app on my other phone. But while we're doing that, this will leave, anytime you cut it off the lathe the way I just did, it'll leave you with a rough spot. That's where a little bit of wood carving techniques of getting what they call a blade finish comes in real handy. Just to be able to get it nice and smooth. And what I'm trying to do is just not have a super sharp point on the bottom. That's done. Let's get this. Bring my stream back up. Why? Okay, I got to start watching this from my comments. What the heck is that? I see a comment, but I can't read the whole thing, and it's not coming through on my other phone. And this is a little bit too tall for me, so we're gonna be stupid and stand on a spinny chair so I can actually see what I'm looking at. Yes, I love how I open my chat up for my live stream, and it literally says, I apologize, I forgot this is set for mirror, but it literally says, welcome to a live chat, or welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Like, people, it's me. I don't know why, but that makes me fun. Why is this not showing up? I'm not sure what you mean. We hit the top comment live chat. So I'm trying to do this on the phone. That's what definitely not helping me right now. What the heck? All right. Not gonna get. My browser just lost connection to the mic. Say KM McCall, or K McCall, I am not seeing you in my chat at all on my personal phone. I don't know why. Does this work? While it works on my end, I have no idea what's going on. No. Okay, well, at least I know to watch for you on here. Let's get this back into landscape and lock it back down. All right. I want to know why this keeps saying it's losing connection to my... What's going on? I didn't mean to hit that. It is on live chat. That's the only option I have for this. So I had a lot of tech issues starting off too. I'm just thinking I got it. I know once in a while StreamYard will act up, and I'm wondering if it's one of those nights. But hey, I know to watch on this phone for you, so. Oh well. All right. Still trying to figure out why that even has a link. Like, I don't even pay for this. Why are you trying to get me to make other people pay for it? That's why I'm limited with some of the stuff I can do too, because I'm cheap. It's like $30 a month, and I don't want to spend $30 a month. I got to work like 2 hours to make that a month. Maybe if I did these more than sporadically. still looks terrible. There we go. By the way, if you're ever running a lathe yourself and you want to see how something looks, you can actually blink really fast and you get like an animated effect. So like when I was working on the last one with my spiky wheel of doom, at least that's what I call it. I don't even know where I put it. There it is. The spiky wheel of doom. If you blink really fast, you get a snapshot of how it's looking. So a lot of times, like when I'm running that, I'll be blink, 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 so I can actually get, and because what I'm doing is looking to see if everything's spaced out evenly. Same when I'm doing this kind of thing and roughing it out. Just a fun little tip I figured out. I also heard people do with strobe lights. Never tried that one. And no, I don't have a strobe light out here, so I can't. But now I want to. Yeah. It's definitely one of those days. It's been one of those days all day at work, too. Just a bad day in general. That's why I went live. Figured, what the heck? Let's see if I can enjoy my evening with other people and not be lonely. After this one, I'm thinking about tops, too. That's definitely a good Lathey project. I don't know what it is, but like right when I hit live, I started getting a headache, and it's only getting worse. And I normally don't get headaches. That's weird. Cheapest? You mean that I sell? Because if we're talking that I sell, I happen to have one right here next to me. It would be this guy right here. Plain wooden tops, $3 a pop. Current price. Apparently wants to spin right there in the hand. Which is what we're getting ready to jump onto after making this last one, because I got 3 of these, and I find when I get tired of doing one project on the lathe, it's best to just set it off to the side. You know what? Forget it. Let's just do it now. It's a really hard transition between the two, too. I'll just warn you guys now. Yeah. Do that later. And since I just realized I actually never did cover it, everything I'm working with right now is all hard maple. The large honey dippers, all the honey dippers are 5/4 maple, so before they're dried, they're approximately 1 1/4 inches thick. This is 8/4, so it starts off 2 inches thick. Comes out at just about 1.5 inches, 1.75 inches, somewhere around in there. Sorry, just turned around and found part of a Mountain Dew that usually helps with my headaches. Before I hit start on this, let me grab a tray and my markers. Got my tray. And while I was away, I also thought I'd grab a couple other tops. So these are rainbow ones I do. And then I can also do solid colors. And pretty much any combination you could ever dream of. The rainbow or anything that I color pretty much the whole top end. Usually runs about 5. The single colors, 4. Wow, I cannot talk today. All right. All right, so we're going to start with blue, green, yellow, because I do try to put these in the correct order of the color wheel. Yes, I'm a nerd that knows that kind of thing. All right. Because then when that repeats, blue stays between purple and red. And oh, I guess you guys can almost see that. Sorry. All right. Now let's do this. For these, I do like to run it up and then hi, neighbor's rooster. Run it up, slow it down, and then retighten. I find it helps lock that in there a lot better. This is the #1 project I get hurt on too from these blanks throwing out, so we might get some really loud yelling later. I just realized I haven't looked up here in a minute. I didn't realize Kay McCall left, but yep, always do my best. Yeah. I really want to know why that's not showing up here. And again, I'm still trying to figure out what Cosman has shrimp tanks is for. Is that like, do you keep freshwater shrimp or something? Because I used to. I love being a nerd. Gotcha. Yeah, I started working some pretty crazy hours. I got big into it when I first got diagnosed with asthma. And then just did not, after I went back to work, I couldn't go into the industry I used to work in. because I used to do metal fabrication, press work, factory work, stuff like that, but I can't handle the air quality anymore. So now I mark gas lines that are buried for a living. Just glad I'm used to working long days. Someone just sent me something. The joys of people I know traveling, sending me pictures from vacation. Alright. There are multiple ways to cut these down. This is by far the fastest, easiest, and most efficient that I've found. So, okay. Now that I can't hear my ringer anymore, okay. So from there, yes, it looks kind of rough at the moment. I like to go back to my gouge and come in to cut this in and then do the rest. Getting this down to the final width. Actually, we're past the danger point. The first couple cuts going in is where it usually will cut off or throw off at me if it's going to throw off. The next two I'll do a lot faster because I know it's less likely to go flying off of my face. Alright, that's all smooth. Now we're going to come in behind with our carbide cutter. Alright. Alright. And now we're going to add a little bit of color. And just because I'm nosy, curious, and if you don't want to answer, don't. But what do you do for work? I might be considering trying to get out of the current industry I'm in and just looking for other options. Since I was too dumb for college. Not now, was when I was younger. Too hyper, didn't have the patience for it, didn't want to sit still. Oh yeah, see, that's a smart person job. be more along, I'd be the type of person that'd be programming the robots to make them move the way they're supposed to, or troubleshooting them as to why they're not moving right. Welding is fun. I won't lie. I do enjoy it. But man, if you're in that industry or thinking about it and you're young, or even just thinking about going back to school for it, for the love of God, wear your respirator. I was in a weld shop for 2 years myself, or when I was younger. Some of the old guys in there that sounded like they smoked 2 packs of cigarettes a day, and they never smoked a cigarette in their life. It was all from welding fumes. But yeah, and there's our first rainbow top of the day. Surprisingly, those things sell like hotcakes. Like I said, once I get past the first one, I book. I want to be a little bit smaller, but this is where I get my plane tops too, trying to get this thin enough to where, I don't know if you noticed it on the last one, once I had the color, I just pinched it. All I do is pinch it, and as it spins, it actually snaps it off. If you get it just thin enough, you can do that pretty easily without getting marker all over your hands. All right. Wrong app. Sorry. Okay. That little bit of wobble in there means I've got some, the grain isn't as straight as it could be, and I got that a little thin. But hey, it holds, it'll work. And honestly, when you're looking at them, you really can't tell unless you look at the where the nib is, because I usually don't color where the point that hits the ground is. That way, if they spin it on a count or anything, there's no chance of that marker leaving any spots behind. I think on this one we'll throw in an extra detail just to make it look a little cool. I think it makes it look a little more unique, and I don't have one out here to show you guys. I don't know what made me do it the first time I did it, but I tried it and I was like, this looks really cool. So I don't do it to all of them because I know it's not everybody's aesthetic, but it helps break the colors up a little bit better. And I'll show you what we do right after this yellow. All right. Set that down. I feel like a traitor for not having my usual Milwaukee's out here, but got a little heavy. I don't like that one. The whole reason I get down closer is because with my eyes, they're stupid. And when I get close, I can look over my glasses and actually get a much better idea of what or lining stuff up right. Yeah. I just like the black lines on there. I think it looks cool. I keep forgetting this thing's set to mirror and I don't like it. But yeah, so I like it for something different. I also have two bins behind me that as I make tops, I've just been throwing them in. One for the multicolored, one for the single. I don't want reverse. Run forward. Shoot. Hey, this one's going to be long enough to play with. All right, so this one's long enough to play with, so let me know if I should do a mini bowl, honey dipper, or something else. If I've got enough wood, I will definitely do it. And when I say mini bowl, I do mean mini bowl. Yeah. If you ever see them available on my table, I do sell them from time to time. That's how I get them, is whenever I have enough extra wood to play with a little bit. I'm watching chat, so that's why I'm throwing it out there now. And if nobody votes, I will. I just got a little lay out of there for a sec. That was fun. and reverse. And you like that? It listened. All right. Let's run these real quick. Did everybody leave me? Eric, are you there? All right. It's time to play. And I see no votes, so last chance for this little piece here. Mini bowl, mini honey dipper, mini anything we want to try. If you say pen, I'll make it a pen, but it's not going to write because I don't have pen inserts that small. I'm going to smooth this up and then voting's over. Alright. I'm thinking bowl. Do I got the right insert ready for a bowl? Alright, shape. Don't want negative rake. Not negative rake, CI5. Best hollower tool for bowls I own for the smaller size. CI3s work pretty good too, but I don't have the big one, so here we go. This is the exact opposite way you do a bowl on a real bowl as well. Okay. Inside's hollowed. Now we're gonna pop this back out for a regular top. I want to mark where my bottom point should be. Should be right about here. You can usually do it by feel pretty easily using this trick too. I'd be more comfortable with that one. All right. How do I want to do this? Really didn't want to move this thing. We're going to use a real gouge for the finishing touches. Okay. Sand this up. Oh, I think everybody left me. My counter says 0 again. That makes me sad. We were having so much fun, guys. Hot. The Dodge Caliber did not sound good at all. I'm so running. Sharon and send me road. If anybody knows what movie that's from, you are my people. Oh, it's a motorcycle. That's why everybody was stopping. Somebody stopped to turn right. The joys of living where I can see an intersection. Nope. This is gonna be never quite done one this shape in a mini one. I kind of like it. I might do some real ones like this. It's a good way to experiment with how you like different shapes of bowls too, making small ones. Because you can turn them quick, and then you're not burning a full-size block in order to get what you would get. Alright, let's dry this mini bowl up. Hit it with the last grit of sandpaper and then get some finish on her and get back to... I might go back to honey dippers. I needed a little break. I don't know. Ow. Yeah, let's be dumb and just grab a chuck while it's spinning. Sounds like a lovely idea. You got a lovely bunch of coconuts, twiddly-dee. Alright, slow. Our Pens Plus. This is, I believe, beeswax, paraffin, and carnauba wax ground up into itty bitty little particles that are suspended in an alcohol solution. It's what I use on all of my pens. For actual bowls that are for you could use food in, I do not use it because salad dressing will actually destroy it. Those ones I use wood butter. It's the same thing that I put on my cutting boards, charcuterie boards, stuff like that. But I absolutely love this stuff for mini projects. Pen, especially pens. It's where I use it the most. It's literally called Dr. Woodshop's Pens Plus. It is fantastic for a wooden pen for a quick, easy finish. Because that's all the time it takes. If you put it doesn't take much, and it dries insanely fast. It gives you a nice solid finish without making your project look like plastic. So wood still looks like wood, but you still get that nice sheen off it. It's also why I like to use a lot of beeswax on my pens. It just gives it a little bit more of a shine, makes them look a little bit better. And then over time, as you actually handle them, the oils from your hands will actually, as the wax wears off, the oil from your hands will work its way in and it'll actually still help to protect the wood. So we're going to let that set up. And this is just a lump of beeswax. I'm just going to put a bunch in. Oh, this isn't. Yeah, it is. You get sometimes with maple, you get a little bit of a holographic-like effect when it's done. All right, now we're just gonna cut this bad boy off. So we're gonna grab our 1/16 parting tool. whenever possible when you're doing that, if you go in at a little bit of an angle, like you saw I was cutting in this way, if you can do that, once you cut that nub out of the middle, it'll actually help it sit flat no matter what it's sitting on. It's one of those little tips and tricks you pick up making pretty stuff for people to put in their homes. So then if you do it right, no wobble at all, no wobble at all. Do I have a jawbreaker? Oh, I don't have a jawbreaker. This is going to be my new jawbreaker bowl, by the way. So they're going to throw one in there and just be like, I have a jawbreaker bowl. What do you have? Because I'm weird and I do weird things like that. And people that know me expect it. All right. And since it's already off the lathe, I'm just going to do one coat on the very bottom. And there, I made a baby bowl. Never let it be said I don't like to play on my lathe. Alright, let's get back to the honey dippers. That was a fun side quest. It's so hard to set up for honey dippers from tops, isn't it? But you're all bored to death. Setup takes forever, don't it? Alright, so let me throw some caps on these markers real quick so they don't dry out on me. Then we'll get going on this. And for anyone just joining, how we doing? Feel free to say hey in the comments if you guys got questions. I'm here to answer. All right. Here, let's shake this end up and then sand it. I don't know why, but that's just fun to me. Ooh. 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 Oh. Oh, that felt good. Sorry, just cracking my back and neck. All right. I think we're going to try to freehand the burning wire. Alright, I gotta go see if I get my other bottle of water. While this dries, I'll be back in a second.
But you can't escape the sound of my voice.
Apparently I don't have it over here. Cool. Anybody there? Alright. I don't know where my other spray bottle got off too. Those are going to need to get filled up tonight. I do not. I've thought about trying it, I just haven't ever actually bit the bullet to do it. I do have that pyrography paint though, where you can grab a stencil. You grab a stencil, put it on the wood, and then take a heat gun. When you expose it to heat, it'll actually blacken up. I haven't used it, but I have some. So I'm still trying to get better at wood curving anyway. I got too many others. I do too much. It's a problem. It really is. Here we go. Alright, we are not doing this at full speed. We are not doing this at full speed. We are not doing this at full speed. I want about 2,000 RPM. That's about 2,000 RPM. Fun fact, if I'm turning a 4-inch blank at this lathe's top speed at 3,500 and, what is it, 84? 64. I did the math for 3,500 RPM, but it is a 4-inch blank. If it's round at 4 inches, it's spinning at almost 84 miles an hour. So when I'm doing the tops at full speed, it's turning about, I think it came out to like 44 and a half or somewhere around in there, which is, to do one top, I put a little over a mile worth of wood over my tool with every top I cut. It's kind of a fun fact to keep in mind if you guys see me sharpening a lot in other videos. Haven't needed to tonight because I'm not going as hard as I can. That's when I really dull tools up. Because generally on a lathe, you're only cutting with a burr, not the actual blade itself. But surprise. It's a good way if you're ever doing live demos on a lathe to get people to back up too. Like if you have a kid that gets a little too close, without freaking anybody out or making it seem like it's dangerous, even though it is. It's one thing I'm not done yet, but I'm open to doing live turning demos. But if somebody gets too close, you turn the lathe off and you drop a line like, hey, you ever see high fiber snow, or you ever see it snow in August? When they say no, you throw some sawdust at them to take an involuntary couple steps back, and you go, okay, here we go. Turn it back on and keep going. Now I just want to throw sawdust at somebody. Trying to figure out how to make a sawdust cannon for when I hit 1,000 subscribers too. That's gonna be fun. Polycarbonate shield for what? Oh, the turning demo. You could do that too, but like I say, I haven't done them either. Yeah, like I say, I've never done a live turning event. And that'd be something I'd have to put a lot of thought into before I'd actually go out and do it, but I'd like to one day. Again, I'd really love to just get into teaching people how to do this stuff in person. Yeah. That's not a half bad idea. I just know from my experience, other than the sawdust, everything that breaks here, it always comes flying at me. So as long as you're not behind me, you're safe. So the only time I've had something that didn't go towards me is when I had a resin bowl blow up. First short of this channel. Don't mind what I was saying, because you'd have to see the full video for it to make sense. But oh man. This is just because I'm curious. We're doing this one a little bit different. All right. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting sleepy. Oh. What's that? Don't tell me my lathe just decided to die. That would stink. Well, the belt looks fine. That's still tension. Oh. Tailstock bump popped loose. There. Oh. All right. Oh. My eyes are not going cross-eyed at all. Thought that said for a second somebody asked if I had a polycarbonate pen. But no, that was the pyrography pen. Yeah. I think it's time to fire the saw up. Alright. That's 2 parting tools ball for the one day. Ain't too bad. Alright. I'm breaking the rule. General rule of thumb, you do 2 lines because then it doesn't matter where you place them. If you do 3, it's almost impossible to get them in the same, equal spacing without really trying. So I'm going to do 3 on that end. Crack the old trusty spine, and then we'll dry that up. Oh. Oh. think we're going to cut this one off, and I'm going to call it a night. All right, trim this up. Hey, people popped in. Oh, then they leave. As soon as I see them, they leave. All right. All right. I'm going to get the next one set up for tomorrow so I can get out here and get started. Then I got to put everything else away in here and I'm out. So unless you guys got any questions or anything, I got a few things I can do and we can hang out for a bit longer. I just don't trust myself running machinery anymore. This is what happens when you lose part of a finger to a table saw. You learn when to stop before you get hurt. I might tell that story sometime. I'm gonna go grab some other blocks in case you guys got anything, because there is about a 30-second delay sometimes between me talking and when you guys hear me. Sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's longer. One, two. Because I also got one other thing I've been doing that you didn't get to see because I already did it. I need my mini center finder and a mechanical pencil. What I do is mark one side of this on all four sides. Even though when I cut these, I make them as square as possible, you can kind of see where that X is misaligned. That mark takes into account where everything's at, so it makes it easier to eyeball the middle. So when I push this in there, I use that to actually align the end that sticks out. So that way, if it's not sitting square in there for whatever reason, I can still get it to run more true, so there's not as much vibration. if I was doing this between centers and not using the chuck, I would do this to both sides. That way I can have a drive center and a live center in the middle of both to hold it in there more secure. A lot of times I'll do that when I'm turning the paint your own snowman kits that I make. It's also the only time you'll ever see pine on my lathe. But I do that because you can get away with softwood for a little Christmas ornament. And it cuts the cost down so I can sell it for even less and still give you a nice quality product without breaking the bank. And if you got kids, you get to go and paint snowmen together. And I'll also have little guys that are pre-painted that are ready to go that I've painted myself too. So if you don't want to paint them yourself, you don't got to. Hey, that one's as close to dead on as I've had in this batch. Last one. All right. So with that, I think I'm going to say have fun, be safe, and as I always love to say, cat in the hat, and dat be dat. See y'all later, folks. Have fun, keep making, be safe.